Hi everyone, welcome to Eurowars. As many of you might know by now, YouTube has once again been purging the system of conservative, nationalist, right-wing voices. This started yesterday when they added the word supremacist or the group supremacy to their algorithm, apparently. So anybody who has ideas of supremacy will now be removed from YouTube. But this very act is an act of supremacy in itself. Not only that, it appears to be a lie. So YouTube has launched this new purge of content in which no supremacist content is allowed. Yet this very act is an act of supremacy in itself. YouTube has implemented a divisive them versus us policy, which now clearly defines the YouTube platform as a far left outlet, for those who did not realize that as yet. By setting itself up as the judge, jury and executioner of its own political and sociological ideologies, YouTube and Google are now the classic fascist supremacist movement pretending to be a private company, just like CNN is. This most recent purge by YouTube of mostly conservative, nationalist and right-wing views on its now far left-wing platform is not the first and no doubt will not be the last. However, it appears that YouTube and its parent company Google are being less than forthcoming and, if not disingenuous, downright deceptive and dishonest. It appears YouTube and Google are targeting specific channels and not videos or their content. This means their supremacist policy is not being applied across the board by an algorithm, but rather manually in an attempt to silence specific identified channels and voices. This is classic fascism and censorship and prejudice. While they hide behind the excuse that they are a private organization, they are not allowed to prejudice other groups or population, and clearly they are prejudiced against Europeans and Christians amongst others. I personally have seen at least a dozen videos which have been purged due to the algorithm update on some channels, yet these videos still exist on other channels and have not been removed in previous or the current purge. In fact, some of these channels have not had any videos removed, even though they have similar content. This is from purges going back to last year. So YouTube's predictably excuse that it takes time for the algorithm to do its thing is not a valid excuse. What that means is YouTube and Google's excuse of "it's the algorithm" is a lie, and they are deliberately and manually targeting channels they do not agree with. Otherwise, the algorithm would have picked up the alternative videos and removed them too. We do not want to go into too much details for fear of giving supremacist and disingenuous Google a heads up. Google have always said that they do not have the manpower to manually check every video that is uploaded, and that they only check videos that are reported to them. And this is how, for example, a video that explains how to make a bomb for ISIS terrorists remained on their platform for 3 years before being removed. This is something the left-wing and Islamic activists have abused to great success. By complaining about every single video certain channels upload, whether their content is questionable or not, they get the video removed, usually obliged by YouTube, which is allowing themselves to be used as a weapon. Conservatives and nationalists are usually more principled than the left, as the Dems have so convincingly proved in US politics at the moment. And they tend to trust the fairness and judgment of organizations, which is a big mistake. They too should learn to mistrust the system and use the system to their advantage and complain where and when they can. No content creator who calls themselves anti-establishment, patriot, protector of free speech, conservative, nationalist, or generally right of center, excluding cut neocons of course, can now call themselves such if they're using YouTube as their primary outlet. In short, you cannot be a YouTuber and a patriot. Demonetize YouTube and start using alternatives. We ourselves at Eurowars are moving over to BitChute, and we'll see you there as Eurowars. Remember to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell for what it's worth.